I can't believe 2024 is almost done. I made a ton of customs this year. So for this video, I made sure to go through and rank my top 10 favorite customs of 2024. Before we get into the list, let's make sure that we talk about honorable mentions. These figures were fun projects, but just didn't make the cut. Don't get me wrong, I love how these projects turned out. They just weren't on the same level as the ones who made the list. And just because they didn't make the list doesn't mean they don't have a place in my heart. Number 10. Blade. This is one of the last customs I made in 2024, and it's an amazing addition to the collection. Built on the Mezco Roadblock body, clothes from GPS lot on eBay, and a head sculpt designed by Hello, My Name is Brian. And of course, painted by me. I didn't have a blade in the collection, so this was long overdue. My favorite thing about this figure, aside from the blood, I love painting blood effects. It's the sunglasses. They add so much personality to this guy. Number 9. Judge Dredd. One of my favorite characters of all time, and that goes double for the movie starring... Not even close. Carl Urban's Dredd. I commissioned Cave Collector for this whole set, including the undersuit, and I assembled it all on a Omni-Man 01 body, which is the buffer body out of the 3. Honestly, it looks like a mini Hot Toy, so I'm extremely happy with the final result. This guy is definitely in charge of keeping my collection in line. It does suck that the Hiya Toys comic accurate Judge Dredd doesn't exactly scale with this guy. He's kind of small, but from afar, all posed up, they look great together. Number 8.
They can be a great people, Kal-El, they wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way. For this reason above all, their capacity for good. I accept the new, my only son.
This is the definitive Superman in my collection. I love Alex Ross's art. Always have and always will. That's why I have been trying to make this figure happen for years and finally got around to it. Made on a V-Toys base, suit was made by C4 Charles. If you guys haven't checked him out, he does amazing work and has done a few suits on this list actually. That's how great his work is. The head sculpt is inspired by Alex Ross's art, which is one of the greatest comic artists of all time, so I knew that my definitive Superman had to be in that style. I used McFarlane boots and belt. Overall, the final result is absolutely amazing. He looks fantastic on the shelf and is a great addition to the collection. Number 7.
Fear is a tool. They think I'm hiding in the shadows. But I am the shadows.
Speaking of Alex Ross, you can't have an Alex Ross Superman without his best Bat buddy in the same style. Using a V-Toys base, Charles Ford suit, and a Mezco Batman for parts. For the belt, boots, gauntlets, and also the cowl. I got the posable cape from GPS lot, and finally the head sculpt is designed by Hello, My Name is Brian, and painted by me, using my brand new realistic skin tone method, resulting in one of the best paint jobs of my whole career. Number 6. Number 6, I guess you could say, is one of the best comic book series of all time, and it's definitely in my top 3 favorite comic book reads of all time, so of course I have to have Mark in the collection. I prefer the yellow suit over the blue suit, but I think 2025 I am definitely going to make the blue suit in honor of season 3 coming out. I made 2 head sculpts, a normal version and a battle damage version. Doing the chrome lenses was also a lot of fun. Charles Ford's suit, built on a Omni-Man base body, I felt like the Omni-Man was a good base body because of the fact that the NW Toys is a little too buff for the look I was going for. Mark is young at this point when he's wearing this first suit. He's going from high school into college. He's not super jacked. I think this all came together perfectly. It really captures the character and how it looks. Number 5.
Let me break it down for you, Mark.
I had mentioned that Invincible is one of the best comic series of all time. and Omni-Man is the best character in that series. I couldn't decide which one to put in the number 5 slot, so these both tied. One is his Viltrumite suit, and the other is the classic suit that he wears for, 99% of the series. Both are built on GW Toys base bodies. The Viltrumite suit is provided by C4 Charles, boots are from a Lightning Collection Power Ranger, and the other more classic suited Omni-Man was assembled by Figure X Studios. I will warn you, I've had a few issues with them, so buy at your own risk. Both the head sculpts were designed by Hayden 3D and painted by me. Which is your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. Number 4.
I'm fireproof. You're not.
1000 Toys made an amazing Hellboy, but I definitely needed something more for it to stand out on the shelf. So I repainted the entire figure, gave him a new shirt from Charles Ford, a jacket I had lying around, and made these leg wraps for him. I have no idea who designed this head sculpt, but it is pretty damn nice, especially when all painted up. I absolutely love how this figure turned out. I painted this cool sword I had laying around also, and I think it really fits the aesthetic of Hellboy. If you don't have the original figure, definitely get it if you like Hellboy. Number 3.
Peter, the horse is here.
Rehab was supposed to be a fresh start, but no matter how many starts I get, there's always the same ending. Everything falls apart.
I know Death Dealer is kind of an unknown character, but my father schooled me with the art of Frank Frazetta from an early age. So I have always had a soft spot for this character. I originally made this figure skin tone a few years ago, but I wasn't happy with it, so I took the entire thing apart at the beginning of this year and repainted the body and the armor.
I'm really sorry, okay?
What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?
I handmade the tunic, attached a belt from the Mezco Conan, and as a finishing touch I ordered an old Lord of the Rings horse, and it looks perfect all put together. Horse even does this dancey dance thing. Number 2. I've made a few Metal Gear customs, but the one that takes the number 2 spot definitely has to be the man himself, Big Boss.
Kept you waiting, huh?
I built this custom on a Noda-Man base body. Head sculpts and harness were designed and printed by Slow Ship Customs. If you guys aren't familiar with his work, he does top tier designs. He makes sure to also put a lot of time and effort into making sure that these are functional action figures on your shelf. The undershirt was made by Charles Ford. The army fatigues were from Amazon, I'm pretty sure. I think I just typed in 1/12 army clothes and it popped up. This is definitely the best 1/12 Big Boss figure in existence, and it still blows my mind that it's part of my collection. The 2 head sculpts I painted for it came out amazing, but I do prefer the eye patch one out of the 2. Maybe in the future I'll make some camo head sculpts, but for now I'm pretty happy with how this Big Boss looks in the collection. Hey guys, quick break from the video. We need to talk about our sponsor for today, which is my website. DecentCustomsWorkshop.com is home to tons of different sculpts from various artists across the community. We have blank options and painted options. Selecting the painted option means that I will paint it for you. My goal is to collaborate with a ton of different artists across the community so I can have all different types of art style showcased right in one place, my website. One of those artists you may recognize as Pepito. Since this is a pre-recorded video, I don't know what the promo code is this week, but use this promo code to get 15% off your next order. We have different sculpts from all different types of media, so you're bound to find something that you like. So make sure to go check out Decent Customs Workshop after you watch the video. Guess what the number 1 custom of 2024 is?
I swear to God, if it's a Spawn figure, I'm not gonna watch the video.
Number 1. Of course it had to be Spawn. I already made an in-depth video about this figure. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It is a really good video. I put a ton of work into this figure. Dyeing it, painting, sculpting, dyeing inside, 3D printing, crying, more crying, and then, finally, after all that effort, it came together extremely nicely. Aside from the amount of effort I put into this custom, the fact that it was a learning experience is why this one takes the number 1 spot on the list. I learned how to dye a figure, how to paint over dye without it bleeding, how to 3D print head sculpts and hands. I know that if I were to remake this, it would be even better because of everything I learned with this one. That's why this Spawn takes the #1 spot for customs in 2024. So that was my top 10 customs of 2024. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to support my page, make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every single time I post. Also, if you want to keep up to date with new releases on the website and new projects I'm working on, check out my Instagram at decentcustoms. And if you want to see shorter form content, I post to TikTok at decent.custom. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.